In this week's episode, we're saying bye, bye, bye. Not only is it the end of Pixar Fest at the Disneyland Resort, but Bugs Land at DCA is now closed forever. Relax and sit back for the next 2 hours whilst we reminisce about 16 years of Bugs. What? It only took us 2 minutes? Okay, never mind. As we mentioned last week, mobile ordering has expanded to a few more locations around the resort, with more to come soon. Alcohol coming to Disneyland? Unheard of. Does it count if it's on another planet? Also, Fat Time with Mint, another Halloween sellout, music rumors, and more on this high-fidelity episode of the MousePIRE Podcast. I'm Anthony.
I'm Diggs.
I'm Tim. Welcome to MousePIRE, your source for Disney, Star Wars, and everything in between. This is the podcast where both empires collide. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the MousePIRE Podcast.
What's going on? Uh-oh.
The apprentice leaves.
What is this?
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
Think up me how to show up.
You never had a friend like me. Some imagination, huh?
Made you look. Hola. Hey, what's up?
I haven't seen that movie.
Oh, I know. It's a really good movie. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Speaking of up, Pixar Fest is over with.
Bye.
See ya. Hey, I was at the park yesterday to say goodbye to Pixar Fest.
Bye.
Well, actually, I was just in the park. I wasn't saying goodbye to Pixar Fest, but I did check out the Pixar Pals dance party again. Watching the Pixar characters out there was really cool.
Do they pal around at all at the Pixar?
They do,
dance
because
party?
they come in like they have the Green Army men, and there's like 3 of them, so that's 3 pals. And then like Woody and Jesse and Bullseye, they're pals.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so so they got some pals that are around, so they're palling around at the aroundness.
Might they also have some pals that are around?
Yeah, because Doug was there. He's a big dog. So, yeah, anyway, I was checking it out, just chilling over there.
Bye.
Bye. Bye to Pixar Fest. But you know what? Actually, I went to check out the flag retreat ceremony. The reason I was there is because they actually had the U.S. Army Herald Trumpets there.
Whoa.
Performing
Sounds fancy.
with the Disneyland band. Now, you want to talk fancy? It was just awesome. It was probably the best sounding flag retreat ceremony I've ever heard. They actually had the Disneyland band perform in front of the train station on the street, and they had the Herald Trumpets on top of the train station. And it was
like on the roof?
Not the roof. There wasn't candlelight, but
So it wasn't on fire then either?
No fires going on. But they were on top. You know, if you go up the stairs to go into the train station, they were up there, and it was just awesome. It was just the way how they incorporated it with being with the music played by the Disneyland band at certain times, because they didn't play all the time. But when they came in, it was just wow. It was amazing. So
did you record it?
I don't have it recorded, but I do have someone who did record it, and I think I will be sharing that with everybody. It was an awesome performance. Like I said, the best flag retreat ceremony, music-wise, that I've heard. A lot of people came out to partake in the event, like always. So it was pretty cool. I loved it. I was really amazed by the performance. It was really cool.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I was there yesterday and just palling around myself. And I'm going to, if you guys saw the social medias, I had a fat time, and we'll get to that later. But yeah, I'll let you know. I left a taste in my mouth for a while.
Whoa.
But other than Pixar Fest leaving, there's probably a few things that I didn't get to try that I wanted to, but oh well. And then today we are saying bye
Bye.
to Bugsland.
Hardly knew ya. Oh, wait. It's been there since the beginning.
It's
Never
been there
mind.
since 2002. I believe it opened on September 7th, 2002.
To be honest, the only thing that I ever cared about in Bugsland has been gone for months.
Which is...
It's tough to be a bug.
Oh, okay. I wasn't...
The only thing I care about in Bugsland, and it's
Yeah.
been gone for months. So, I mean, I know there's a lot of people that like Bugsland. I mean, good for them. I mean, people that have kids and stuff, I understand. It's a big thing for kids. There's a lot of big rides there. But, I mean, it's just nothing that ever really interested me. I mean, I like it as far as the visuals. It's cool. I always liked the dripping faucet.
Right.
I've mentioned on here many times how I love the bathrooms being a Kleenex box. All that sort of thing. I love that sort of being small world thing, but not in small world. I like that sort of thing, but just there wasn't really anything for me to do. I was making the joke that somebody was talking about taking 30 minutes to do all the rides. Dan, the mailman, was telling me earlier, and I said, well, I take 4 minutes to walk through Bugsland, and that's all there is I need to do.
Yeah. So after tonight, Tuesday night, it's gone. 10 o'clock.
After tonight, today was the last day?
Today is the last day.
Oh, I thought yesterday was the last day.
No. They I think they did that because Pixar was ending on the 3rd, so then they'll have one more day for whatever.
I see. Okay.
So, after tonight is gone, and probably be some walls up tomorrow.
An end of an era.
Right.
Also, just non-Disney related, but yesterday or today, last day of Jurassic Park.
Yesterday.
The ride will be closing indefinitely till sometime in 2019 probably, when it will be reopened, presumably with some sort of Jurassic World theming. So, Jurassic Park, the ride, as you've known it since 1996, when it opened, is no more. If you missed it, well, you had 22 years. So, what the hell's wrong with you?
Right.
22 years and all. So, but yeah, so on to the next better thing for Jurassic Park, the ride. I just proud to have worked at that ride myself.
Right.
So now I'm now part of. I've now worked at 2 rides that no longer exist in name, E.T. and Jurassic Park.
Well, I'm glad in the 22 years that ride has been there, I went on it. So
good. Good.
I feel special. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, you know who else we're going to say goodbye to?
Tim?
No, we're going to say goodbye to the Hook and Ladder over
Hookers, what?
No, not Hookers.
Oh.
But the Hook and Ladder, the performance group over there that plays in front of the fire station.
Yeah, you were telling me something about that last week, right?
Yeah, so I guess they're being canned just like the old Disneyland band.
Wow.
I don't know what's
Are they
going
to be
on.
replaced with like a better Hook and Ladder with newer instruments, or
Maybe they're going to be like, well, you know how women love firemen, so maybe they're going to be hunks. I don't know.
Oh, I
don't
see.
know.
Instead of a bunch of old firemen, they're going to be like model firemen.
Maybe. I don't know. Actually, we haven't heard anything of any type of replacements for the act, but what I'm hearing is September 18th is the last day that they're going to be performing. And also we heard that the Silver Dollar Six, they actually perform over in Frontierland, and they perform on the balcony of the Golden Horseshoe. They're going to be ending also. Might be the same day. I don't know. September 18th is a Tuesday, so another Tuesday ending.
Sounds like Disney cutting a bunch of fat in the entertainment department.
Something like that. We've known for a while now that the entertainment department has kind of split up. There's 2 different entities now. One's entertainment with the park entertainment. The other one is talent. When bands come in, like a high school band. That's talent. So, and then you have the entertainers is another whatever. So I don't know what's going on with the entertainment part of the, this of Disney. I don't know what's going on over there. We don't actually have bands that play anymore. TLT, which sucks. I don't mind the Pixar Pal dance party because they actually play some good music that we all like, like Jackson's and old 80s, 90s music. So I mean, it was pretty cool just to be there and just to sit there and just chill and listen to that music. But we still, like bands, but I don't know what's going on with that. As far as the two groups here, we don't know if they're getting replaced with anything else, or there's, maybe they are, or they're just going to say goodbye. I don't know, but that's kind of sad. I don't see a reason why to get rid of them. I mean, it's not like they don't draw a crowd because, when you're on Main Street and you start to hear Hook and Ladder, people go over there, and then at times you have Chip and Dale come out and they perform with them, and sometimes Goofy's out there. So I mean, it draws a crowd, but we don't know what's going on with that.
I wonder if that means no more Chip and Dale also.
I think they're going back to the tree.
Probably. So what's going to happen to the piano?
That's a good question. Maybe they already sold it at that auction.
Oh, right.
So September 18th is the last day for Hook and Ladder, possibly for the Silver Dollar Six. I didn't hear anything about that yet. I just heard that that's another band or another group that's going to be gone from the park. So if you guys are fans of that and you want to go check them out, you got until September 18th. But you know what? I was in the park and last day for Pixar Fest, and we all know that we've been talking about how parking has closed, that the structure has closed. Since the lower tier APs have came back to the park. So I was like,
yeah, yesterday I think it was they closed at 1.
All right, let me get to that point.
Okay.
Because I was at home and I was like, first of all, I'm like, do I want to go? Do I not want to go? I was like, okay, I'm going to go, and I better hurry up and get there before the parking closes. So I'm on my way. I am 20 minutes away, and the tweet comes out that the parking structure is closed, and I was like, oh, damn. I did not leave as early as I wanted to, and I already knew it was going to happen.
Because then right after that.
Well, no, that was later. So I get to Anaheim.
Oh, you managed to get there before that.
Yes, but I know what's going on, and I get to Harbor, and it's Madhouse trying to get into the parking lot. So I'm like, I'm going to go around and come up Harbor going north, and that was another cluster. So then there's a guy who's I'm in the far right lane. There's a guy next to me. And he decides he's going to turn right in front of me, right? I'm like, okay. So I'm assuming he's going into the parking lot. We're at the stoplight. If he was going to turn, he could turn. There was plenty of time for him to turn. There was plenty of room because the cars were getting backed up into the street, into the intersection. And there was plenty of room for him to turn because the cars that went in, there was a lot of room for cars. But he just stood there. I was like, damn it. I go, why do you get in front of me if you're not turning? So as soon as the light turns green for the traffic to go, he turns into the parking lot where there's tons of cars already. I'm like, you could have turned earlier, and now you decided to wait, and yeah, it was just crazy. So I got into there. I parked all the way in the back again, and the new parking area we told you about is not even open yet. There's no cars parked in there or anything. It's open, but there's no cars in there. So I park way in the back. And then, of course, you got the waiting line for the bus. I get to the park. And right when I get into the park, the tweet comes out that the Toy Story is full. I was like, dang, I just made it. I was like, wow.
Yeah, because, it was actually all Disneyland parking is full.
Right.
It only lasted less than an hour, though.
Yeah.
So it's like they keep doing this. But they keep reopening within the hour, so it hasn't really been that big of a deal. I mean, I guess it's a big deal if you get there exactly at that time, and you're kind of screwed. But I mean, at least it's not like hours where it has been in the past, where it's been like a good 3-4 hours where the parking has been closed. So
yeah, I knew they were about to open that up because when I came through, I didn't park at where the old cast parking is. I actually turned into this little parking lot that holds probably maybe 75 cars. I don't know. It's a little parking lot. So I pulled into there, and then they're making me turn right, or they're making me turn left to park. And I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to fit my truck into this spot? Making a turn. I don't have enough, to turn. I would have to turn and back up to pull in. And I got an awesome cast member who looked at my truck, realized it's pretty big, and he looks at me and he puts 2 fingers up to telling me to take 2 parking spots. I'm like, well, thank you very much. So
Cool.
that was like, some customers are just stupid. They just try to make you park in there so they can have, so-called more room. But
Right.
I was really thankful that he looked at me, said, "Hey, you're big," not me personally, my truck, and I got 2 parking spots. But I knew that they were going to be pretty full back there and opening the new area. So yeah, I was lucky enough to get in there before they, closed it. And I don't know what if I got there and there was no parking anywhere and parking lots were full, I probably would have just headed to Knoxbury Farm. That's what I would have probably done.
That's a nice luxury to have.
Yeah, no.
Just getting back to the whole bands thing going away. Anyways, just a note to other people that might be fans of the Hook and Ladder or the Silver Dollar, and that if you guys want to have there's plenty of other entertainment here. There's still always the Bootstrappers in New Orleans. There's the Pearly Band in the Castle Forecourt in Fantasyland. What is that?
They're like it's like drums and horns.
Okay.
They come out there.
There's the Royal Street Bachelors at the French Market in New Orleans Square. There's the what?
The jazz band.
Okay, yeah. The big band thing on Saturdays at the Fantasy Fair. The Straw Hatters on Main Street. The Dapper Dans, of course, on Main Street. The Jambalaya Jazz in New Orleans Square. So there's plenty of other things going on too. Of course, hopefully we don't hear that any of those other ones are going away.
Yeah, no.
And of course, all else fails, there's always the Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Dance-Off, which apparently is still going on. I didn't know.
I actually saw that when I was over there at DCA.
Cool.
I was grooving over there.
Grooving.
But yeah, so as far as the parking, like I said, it was pretty crowded. The parks were pretty crowded. First place I went was DCA, and it was really crowded for during the day, because a lot of times crowds start coming in at night, 5 o'clock, usually when the AP start coming in. But during the afternoon, it was really, really crowded when walking into Buena Vista Street. So a lot of people there, I guess, for the end of Pixar Fest. So I'm just walking around over there, and we talked about Bugs Land being gone now. So I did walk around Bugs Land just to do my 4-minute real quick. And I just walked around. There was a lot of people over there getting wet over there in the water, and it was kind of, I'm not going to say really packed, but there was a lot of people in there. And I had to go eat because I had to do my stuff, and I got a pretzel. And the other thing we're going to talk about later. And I went to go sit over where they're doing the little activities for the kids, doing a little scavenger hunt. I don't know if they're still doing that, but they had like things to color, like a little coloring thing for kids. So they have tables and little chairs there for the kids, but there's benches back there. No one was over there, so I'm like, I'm gonna go sit here in the shade and eat. So it was pretty cool just to sit back there and get fat for a little bit.
Now, I have a hypothetical question or a hypothetical scenario, because I assume that now that Bugs Land is going to be over tonight, that they're going to put up a wall at all 3 entrances to Bugs Land. How is that going to affect through traffic in the rest of the park? Because now all that extra space that normally would have had guests in it, because number one, capacity is going to go down by, I don't know how much, what they would consider capacity for the area of Bugs Land. That's got to be at least 500.
We'll just say 5. We'll be generous.
So something like that. But 500 to 1,000, I don't know. I don't know how they work that. But either way, not only do you have the people that would normally be in Bugs Land taking up space in Bugs Land, but you also have the people that, like me, walk through Bugs Land to get from, say, Cars Land to Hollywood, backlot, or, over by Guardians, or any number of ways that you people always cut through Bugs Land. You don't have that anymore. You're literally going to have to walk if you're at like Guardians, or if you want to go to Guardians, if you want to go anywhere, now you're going to have to walk all the way the frick around.
You mean the way they used to do it anyway?
Right. Well, I mean, you mean before what?
Before they had that entrance to Bugs Land on that side?
I don't remember that entrance not being there.
Oh. You had to, there was...
when Bugs Land first opened, you mean?
I don't know when that entrance was put in, but before it was just all closed off. You know what? I'm thinking it was sometime when they did Buena Vista Street. So you always go into Tower, and then it was closed right there.
So Bugs Land was originally a dead end?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So yeah, basically back to how it was then.
Yeah.
Obviously, because, now, because back then you wouldn't have gone to Bugs Land unless you were going to Bugs Land.
Right.
So you wouldn't have gone in there just to go around. So yeah, it's going to go back to how it was before. But I mean, now you also have to think about that. You can't go through Bugs Land to cut through Bugs Land to get around the parade when the Paint the Night's going on.
True.
So you're going to have to, your only real shortcut now will be if you're coming from, say, Paradise Gardens area, you'll have to cut through Grizzly Peak and then Grizzly Airfield. But otherwise, you're stuck on the parade route no matter which way, especially if you're coming from Cars Land or Pacific Wharf.
Right.
If you're coming from Pacific Wharf or Cars Land, you're stuck on the parade route.
Right.
And if the parade's going on, yeah, have fun. So it was just something I had just thought about just now that, you lose all that space for people and you lose that extra shortcut. So,
right. So yeah, we'll probably see
something that people are going to want to think about.
Yeah, we'll probably see walls up tomorrow. And of course, that entrance right there where Guardians is, that one's be walled off. The wall right there that they already have put up by the Bugs Life Theater, it's going to be extended over to Maynard. And then I was just thinking maybe.
Yeah, because you're not even going to be able to walk into that area there.
No.
There's no reason to.
Right.
And then, then you're going to have all the people, like when the walls first went up for Star Wars, you're going to have all the people walking over there and running into a big wall and be like, can we get through there? I mean, hopefully at some point it'd be nice because then, hopefully they do like what they did with Star Wars and put up some sort of concept art.
Yeah.
Probably, I imagine that D23 next year probably going to get the official Marvel Land announcement along with some concept similar to the original Star Wars Land announcement with concept art.
I guess we'll see.
Especially with it now being closed and, stuff's going to start happening. And it's going to be a while. I'm predicting 22 for Marvel.
Are you hungry? Well, they are. It's time for Fat Time in the Parks.
Fat time.
Little coat?
Little belly.
You wish.
Ah.
All right, so yeah, Fat Time in the Parks. And later on in a few minutes or so, I'm going to talk about what I had for Pixar Fest for the farewell.
Bye.
Yeah. But right now we're going to start with
what did you have for the farewell of Bugs Land?
I had, I sat over there and ate.
Oh, right. You didn't eat any bugs?
No, I didn't have any bugs. But yeah, we're going to start off with, well, first of all, last week we were talking about you'll be able to use the mobile ordering for a Dole Whip. And of course, the next day they went and told us about it, that you can actually use it now.
Right, and of course they announced that you can use it now, which means that either we're going to end up being completely wrong about the moving of the Dole Whip to Tropical Hideaway, or else they're just going to redo the app where, Because right now, it sounds pretty hectic.
Yeah, it does.
Because you say that the pickup now is on the inside.
Yeah, so if you go over there, you'll see a sign that says mobile ordering pickup, and it has an arrow pointing to go inside. So that's how you pick up right now.
So does that mean that people that are waiting to go into the tiki room, which there aren't people waiting to go to the tiki room because it's closed.
Right.
So it seems logical that the only reason they're doing that right now is because of the fact that tiki room is closed. Once tiki room is open again, you can't exactly have the inside of the tiki room Dole Whip be pickup anymore. So it does stand to reason that seems like even more proof to me that the Dole Whip will be moving to the Tropical Hideaway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for now, you guys can check that out. Also, starting on when this came out, so effective now, besides the Tiki Juice Bar, you can also do mobile ordering at Harbor Galley. So you can pre-order your lobster,
Yeah.
your lobster roll, and then go over there and pick that up. I'm guessing that they have 3 windows there, I believe. So
Yes.
they're probably going to turn one of the windows into the pickup window.
I'm going to guess it's going to be the one on the left.
Probably. Cause,
Good, they never use that one.
right, exactly. And then the other place is Bayside Brews at DCA. I've probably asked this before. Where's Bayside Brews?
I believe that's inside the Pacific Wharf.
Oh, okay. And then next month, we got even more mobile ordering coming, where it will be now when it says next month, this came out last Thursday.
So this month.
So that means this month then. So sometime in September, expect the announcement that the mobile ordering will be expanding to Idlewild Snacks, which is over there by the closed Matterhorn.
Right. That's
Stage
cool.
Door Cafe.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Refreshment / Coke Corner. So you can pre-order your, what's that hot dog that
Right now, well, I don't know.
what's that special hot dog that we said is going to be over there for Halloween?
Oh, right. I don't remember.
Or no, what was the other one you were telling me about?
Right. Well, they had the Western dog.
Oh, the Western dog.
But that was for Pixar Fest, so
Right.
they don't have that anymore.
No, there's that other one that's going to be there. I forget what it is now.
Yeah, I forgot.
It's the one with the green onions or something on it.
Yeah.
And then the Royal Street Veranda.
Now, real quick, the Bayside Brews is right over there by Jumping Jellyfish and
Oh, that's
Silly
the,
Stuff.
yeah, okay, that's that
Yeah.
beer stand that's
Right.
there. Okay, we were way off.
Yeah. Samsonite. Well, I like the idea of Stage Door Cafe since we go there all the time to eat. So that's really cool. Get me I can get a corn dog.
Pre-order that corn dog.
Yes. I was actually
pre-order funnel cake.
I was thinking about that too. But I was actually trying to use the app one day, and I had to enter a credit card because the one they had on file expired. So I was trying to do that, but it kept saying that I had the wrong information in there. I was like, what? And it kept doing it over and over. And I don't know what happened. So I just said, screw it. And I just went to go order my food. But then I got an email saying that, oh, your credit card has been, entered or whatever. I was like, oh, so either it did go through or didn't. So I'm thinking it did, just the signal didn't have a good signal or something. And I just kept getting an error, but it actually did go through. That I updated my information. So I don't know. When I was there on yesterday, I didn't actually try to order anything. The next time I go to the park, I will definitely try that, especially at Stage Door, and get a corn dog.
Does Hungry Bear have mobile ordering yet?
That's a good question. I don't
They
remember.
keep adding, but I don't know if we've announced all the ones that have been added. I know that was like the big announcement of that one, or that those ones had a big announcement. But I don't know if all of the additions have had announcements.
Yes, Hungry Bear does have it.
So now both places that have you can pre-order your funnel cake.
There you go. All right, so yeah, that's something to look forward to. And as soon as we get word those locations become available on the app, we'll let you guys know.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if they don't announce it, they might just here you go.
Exactly.
You just have to be checking the mobile ordering all the time until you see that it's been added.
Yeah. All right, so we got some news about some booze coming to the parks.
Yeah, of course, all the headlines for this were all like, Disneyland to serve alcohol for the first time ever.
Right.
To which all of the, technically people, will point out Club 33 is, sells alcohol, but the first time publicly selling alcohol. But then there's still a but and a well, actually, because, let's get to this first. So we got the announcement, of course, when all the announcements ever since Star Wars Land was announced, then Galaxy's Edge, Black Spire Outpost, Batuu, all the freaking names that we have for this place, and all the names that we've been through on this place. Well, we have another name to add to the collection, and of course, like we said, we've been figuring that there was going to be some sort of cantina, because of course, what's Star Wars without a cantina? It's been there since the beginning. And we figured that Black Spire Outpost would be no different. It would have a cantina. And, of course, we did get the announcement, like I said, another name to add to the collection, Oga's Cantina.
I don't know her.
We don't know if it's a her
or
not.
I don't know it.
We don't know it. So, Oga's Cantina will be inside of Galaxy's Edge when it opens next year. Now, this, I assume Oga... The proprietor, Oga Gara. I assume that this is a person who's going to take over later on because, I have read the Thrawn novel that features Batuu, and, the cantina in that clearly had another proprietor, but I believe that person ended up in a bad way by the end of the novel. So, spoilers that it definitely left room. Plus, that novel takes place many years before the setting of Galaxy's Edge. So there's plenty of time for cantina owners to die and leave their hostile takeovers and all that sort of thing. And so by the time Galaxy's Edge is taking place, which is of course during the rise of the First Order and all that, the current proprietor is Oga Gara. Of course, pronunciation is pending on that. We haven't gotten any official word on the pronunciation. Now, they have said that patrons of the cantina come from across the galaxy to sample the famous concoctions created with exotic ingredients using otherworldly methods served in unique vessels. With choices for kids and libations for adults, the cantina will make for a great stop. Now, before we get to the other stuff, we'll just hang on the libations for adults part for a minute because, of course, that led everybody, of course, to assume alcohol, which was then confirmed and then expanded on, and all hell broke loose. Oh, this is not what Walt wanted. Well, it's not what Walt wanted, but is the park really what Walt wanted anymore? We don't know. Only Walt knows what Walt wanted, so who knows? But it was specified later on by the OC Register that you will not be able to take your drinks out of the cantina. So those of you who maybe only read one article and not more articles and didn't actually just bother to look into more of it, no, you will not be able to take your alcohol out of the cantina. All alcohol will be strictly confined to the cantina. We don't know how they're going to do that yet. I don't really know if they're going to have some sort of Disney security dressed as galactic bouncers or anything like that.
Pretty cool.
Or wristbands, or anything like that. Some sort of identification that you have a drink, or maybe colored cups or something like that.
DCA,
right.
You have the bright yellow cup. They don't let you out.
Right, but it'll have to be something hopefully within world. But so this isn't a case of just not being let out of the park, though. This is a case of not being let out of the cantina because you're not going to be able to leave the cantina with your drink. So that's going to be a big deal of not being able to try into how many people get in the cantina, how dark it might be. But like I said, it's going to be, they're going to have their hands full trying to keep people from leaving the cantina with their alcohol. But all those people that thought there's going to be punch people walking around with alcohol all over Star Wars, you can put your minds to rest that, if you can finish your. Nobody's going to want to spend. Sure, there will be people that will probably spend a bunch of time inside the cantina and then get drunk and then walk out. But hopefully that'll be kept to a minimum because they can't leave with the alcohol. So now there have obviously been problems over at Universal when Harry Potter opened, and of course they have the bar there that serves several concoctions and hard beers and heavy dark beers and stuff like that. And they have had several incidents with drunk people at in Harry Potter. So hopefully Universal or Disney's looking over at that and trying to, figure out how they can address the problem of. But it was inevitable. I mean, even I, who don't want alcohol in any of the parks, but it's just one of those things that started the cantina. You're gonna want to go to the canteen and have a drink. So
and you never know what's going to happen when you have libations for adults and you have Captain Rex over there DJing. You don't know how lit's going to get.
Right, exactly. Which of course brings us to the other part that's mentioned. Of course, we had already commented on this before, but of course they talk about it again that RX-24, aka Captain Rex, the former captain of the Starspeeder 3000, will be doing spinning some records over there in the cantina. No word on whether the man Paul Rubens will be doing the voice of Rex, but if it's not, then we riot.
Now I got a question. I don't know if is there any type of stories about him? Like, basically, what I want to know is he's not in the Starspeeder anymore. So is there a story why he's not there? Because now
we don't know. He has an appearance in the second episode of Rebels.
Okay,
where he's flying a commuter shuttle. Obviously, not knowing when that is.
Okay.
Presumably, that might have been his job before he was flying Starspeeders.
Okay.
So, I mean, maybe that was his, that was his job or, his resume.
You're right.
Included, flying commuter shuttles. But, yeah, we don't know. He's, he got replaced by, he got kicked out and replaced by 3PO. And he's kind of fallen on hard times. And he was in the cantina. He went all the way off to, he was in the, in the Planet Core working at Star Tours. And all of a sudden he gets fired for taking an unauthorized flight, and then
that's what I want to know.
He ends up in the Outer Rim, getting drunk at a cantina, and and somehow or another, maybe the DJ gets fired right then, and he just happens to come across the job. Who knows?
I wonder if he took lessons from Michael.
Now there was a note. Sometimes I like to look at the comments to see if there's anything useful. There was actually a note somebody was mentioning about the alcohol, and the Parks Blog response was, we are developing a specialty cocktail, non-alcohol, and alcohol-based menu that will include creatively themed custom cocktails and proprietary beer and wine options. Stay tuned for more details.
All right, real quick. That must be their, what we call it, when they comment the same crap or their
canned answer.
Yeah, because one of our followers,
you saw the same exact answer.
Peter Henry, he sent a message to Disneyland AP about are they doing the alcohol, and they replied back to him the very same thing you just read.
Really?
Yes.
That's funny. Because this was answered by Scott Trowbridge.
So like I said, it was very same exact thing you just said. I was like, wait a minute, because I was about to bring that up. I had it ready to go, and exactly the same thing that you just said is what was replied to him.
That's funny.
That's a lot of copy and paste.
Yep. I do like the fact that they mentioned that there will be, the fact that they mentioned especially cocktail, non-alcohol, and alcohol-based. It's probably going to be very similar to like what they do over there at the thing in Hollywood Studios, where they have the alcohol cider and the non-alcohol cider, and then that one alcohol lemonade or whatever it was, and the alcohol lemonade.
Right.
So it's probably going to be one very similar to that, maybe. Or, I don't know. They might get more creative like they do at, at the former Cove Bar.
Right.
With the drinks they have over there or something like that. I don't know. They do. It's interesting that they do say proprietary beer, which means that they may have some specialty, or they may have somebody working on a micro beer or like local
Ballast Point, maybe,
or something like that.
Since
yeah,
they're coming to the
right
downtown.
Oh, and I was mentioning that it says about vessels, unique vessels.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that means there's going to be some cool, maybe like they have over at Trader Sam's.
Oh, right.
Where you can get the cool glasses.
Right.
And like the non-alcoholic, the plastic one. So hopefully they have some cool like souvenir things that you can buy and take home or something like that.
Now you say you don't like the idea of alcohol in the parks and anything like that. It's funny because DCA is kind of like whatever, They do it over there. It's kind of like...
It's not Disneyland.
Right. It's like you do it over there. Just keep your crap over there, right?
Exactly.
I don't want alcohol in the parks at Disneyland just like you have at DCA, people walking around. I don't mind being confined to the cantina. I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Obviously, it's a lot of people's concerns, rightly, that this is just that Disney's going to use this as an excuse to open up the rest of the park to alcohol. But the fact that they're at least specifying that it's going to be confined to the canteen and you won't be able to leave with it, hopefully is an indication that they were going to stick to that. Because if they were going to let you walk around with it, then obviously that means that there's no point. If you could walk out of the cantina with a drink and then walk into Disneyland proper with said drink, then there's no point in even not selling alcohol in the rest of the park. So that would just leave them open to be able to do that. But hopefully the fact that they are confining that alcohol to the cantina and that it won't be able to leave the cantina will be the indication that they're going to stick with that.
Right.
And that they're committed to at least, not be getting too crazy off the rails with the, let's have alcohol in Disneyland.
Well, I am looking forward to Galaxy's Edge, and I'm very, very curious to see how they're actually going to pull it off with the cast members playing roles, because
100%,
it's gonna be it's just gonna be crazy, because if you're gonna try to hire an actor to play a part, you're not gonna pay them what the cast members get paid. That's all I gotta say. Because
nope,
cast members are not gonna want to do that and not get compensated.
Right, and that's what I've been saying for a little while now. Is I'm like, with the way that these cast members had to fight just to get a raise, the way that they've had to fight to just get a bonus, and then the way that they are probably, after doing all the fighting to get that stuff, are going to end up losing other benefits. It's like, why would these cast members even care about putting 110% into these characters that they're going to have to play for Star Wars to be as immersive as what they talk about it being? I don't know. I don't know how all in they are on this. I mean, because it's one of those things. Are they still going to allow security to walk around as security, or are they going to make security wear, like I think they should be like have to wear Imperial Security Bureau uniforms, or maybe like And I was talking about custodial. Custodial just going to walk around in their normal white? No, I think if anything, I think the best thing, of course, I don't know how much they think outside the box, but to me, the obvious thing is to make custodial wear a white version of the costume we've already seen. The gray one.
Oh, right.
That we've already seen is going to be the standard Galaxy's Edge costume. Why not all white version of that? So that way they're still in white, but they're wearing the uniform.
And maybe the what do you call it? The little thing they carry to put the trash in.
Right.
Maybe it hovers.
Right. Or it looks like a droid or something. I don't know. So I mean, it's just like how much are they going into it? I mean, because they are pretty good about that in at Harry Potter. They're you could actually get ridden up, and you could even get fired if you go into Harry Potter in another uniform. So, but yeah, security can go into Harry Potter without anything being said to them. So I mean, it's like, so I mean, how much are they committing to this? Is it going to be 100%, or is it just going to be like 90%? And then it's like, okay, well, security can come in, something like that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think if they say that they're going to go full immersive, then they need to go full immersive. Do it.
Yep.
Just do it.
Yes, exactly. All right, so yeah, we'll see what happens with all that. Yeah, next summer, and we'll open up and we'll get to go in there and experience it all.
Yeah.
All right, so continue with this fat time in the parks. On Monday, I went over there to try the Monsters Mint Shake from Smoothies.
Whoa, you got there early?
Well, before the parking lot closed. So yeah, I went over there. You know what? The line for that wasn't as long as last time. I told you last time, was a really long. The line was really long going down the street. This time it wasn't that long. So I went over there to try it, and
Oh, they're still open? What time did they close yesterday?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what time they closed. It was like 2:00 when I went over there. So
I thought they closed before that. That's why I was asking.
So yeah, I tried the shake. It was pretty good. It, of course, is mint, but it had like little chocolate chunks in there, which reminded me of those little chocolate mints. The chocolate that has the green mint in the middle. Those little bars, or like little bars in the green wrapper.
Andes?
Is that what it's called? Yeah. So it tasted like that, when I'm chewing the chocolate and then the mint, which it was really cool. I'm not into mint.
I was going to say, I didn't think you liked mint.
No, I don't like mint like that, but when it reminded me of, I love those chocolate mints. I could eat a whole bunch of those, but like something like the little,
Or the After Eights?
maybe,
Those are good too.
but like eating like straight mint, like a peppermint patty thing, I'm not into all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the Andes are like, with
Yeah.
chocolate with the green in the middle.
Yes, that's what it tastes like when I'm eating it, and then the little chocolate chunks.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
So it was really good, but I mean, no complaints about it. I would get it again if they had it. No complaints at all. It was really good, but it left that mint taste in my mouth for a long time. I mean, until I left the park. I was burping it up still. I was like, this is not... you know what? I don't mind eating bacon and burping that up because it tastes good again.
You should have just went over. I mean, at this point, you should have just went over and had your first Adam and julep.
I didn't even think about that.
Like, you already got the taste in your mouth.
I know.
Have you ever had a mint julep?
No, I haven't.
Because I know it's something you probably wouldn't like.
No, it's not because I don't like it. I just haven't had it. I just like...
Well, see, this would have been a good time for you to finally try one. Even though you missed the old recipe. But
yeah. But, I mean, it was good. I liked it a lot. I would get it again if they offered it sometime later in the future. It'd be pretty cool. But, yeah, just that taste in my mouth for the rest of the night. I was burping it up. Like, this is crazy. I never thought, like, mint would last that long. But, of course, the very first taste I got started thinking of toothpaste. Like that one Whippy Pie.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right. So, anyway, it was pretty good. If you guys tried it, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And maybe sometime in the future they'll bring it back just for whatever. I don't know. But, yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it. Not bad. All right, so we could look forward to a lot of new treats on Friday. That's when Halloween time starts in the park. So we went over all the food items last week, and I can't wait. I will be there on Friday. You going to go on Friday?
Probably not.
Okay. So I will be there on Friday. I'm going to try to check out as much treats as I can. I'm going to actually go back and write a list of what I really want to try. But yeah, Friday, Halloween time in the park start. And as of today, the pumpkin rolled out on Main Street, which I knew was coming out because when I was leaving last night, right there where the pumpkin was going to be set up, was a couple of cast members, not regular cast members, but like in suits. And there was a camera set up on a kind of like a bar type of thing. Wasn't a tripod, but it was a bar. And I looked at it and I figured that was going to be like a time-lapse camera. So I go, I bet you that pumpkin's coming out tonight. And yep, this morning the pumpkin was there. So if you guys have been to the parks, you probably already took a picture with the pumpkin. But yeah, a lot of pumpkins are going up. That pumpkin came out. I seen downtown Disney's decorated with some pumpkins out there already. All the Pixar Fest banners already came down. I'm pretty sure the signs came down out front. I didn't get any pictures today, but
Is Oogie Boogie up now?
Oogie Boogie's not up yet. He's
Still just the moon.
actually had the bottom parts of the pumpkins in the bottom last night when I left. So
With the moon.
with the moon and the little pumpkins in the bottom, the black, scary looking pumpkins. But I mean, it's coming along. I'm pretty sure there's more up today. But if you guys have seen that the park's closing early, basically that's because they need time to put all the stuff up. So
Yep.
yeah, don't forget this Friday, Halloween time in the parks starts, and of course we will get Ghost Galaxy, and of course Haunted Mansion Holiday will also open on Friday. Might be a soft opening on Thursday, not sure, but if you're there in the parks on Thursday, go over there and check that out. And hey, also with Halloween time, you have Mickey's Halloween Party, which we keep talking about every week. And another date has sold out. September 26th is now sold out. And just to let you know, last year, the 7th day was September 25th, and it sold out on September 6th, I believe. No, September 5th. So September 5th is when that date sold out. So we're actually still on time with how they will sell out. And then I noticed that the next 2 days, I didn't record. I didn't post last year. So I don't know what days they're going to be. You know, I can't compare. But anyway, yeah, another day has sold out for Mickey's Halloween Party. September 26th is now sold out, which is a Wednesday. And if you guys haven't got your tickets yet, well, you're probably not planning to go to the party because you haven't bought your tickets. I will be there on September 19th, which is coming up pretty quick now. It's going to be pretty cool. Pretty fun. I still don't know if I'm going to have a costume or anything. So yeah, I will be there on that date. So if you see me, just say
Hi.
That's about it.
Bye.
And maybe you can buy me a corn dog.
Bite you a corn dog?
No, buy me.
Oh, buy you a corn dog.
You're not going to buy me.
Maybe they could buy you one from Stage Door with the mobile ordering app.
There you go. I will not say no to that. So yeah, Mickey's Halloween Party. You will have there's some dates left, so hurry up and get them before they're all sold out.
And get a date.
There you go. And hey, this Friday, with the start of Halloween time, the return of Remember Dreams Come True fireworks will be there once again. Yeah.
At least it's not Fantasy in the Sky.
I guess so, huh? We don't need a 4-minute show. So yeah, you can look forward to that. I like that show. It's pretty cool. It's my favorite.
I like it.
I'm going to say it's my favorite show of all the fireworks shows I've ever seen. So
I think I agree. I mean, I would have to say the original Remember.
Oh, yes. When I say Remember is my favorite, I'm talking about the 50th.
But yeah, the overall, even now, the version now is still, I like it better than any of the other ones.
Right.
So
yeah, you have that to look forward to on Friday, and they'll be playing during the weekends.
And of course, don't forget that Pixar Play Parade and Paint the Night will continue.
Yep.
At least through, well, I would say, I'm going to guess we mentioned last week Pixar Play will probably discontinue once Christmas gets here.
Yeah.
So beginning or mid-November, you have until Pixar for Pixar Play. And as far as Paint the Night, there's no reason why Paint the Night shouldn't continue on through Christmas. The only thing I can think of that would end Paint the Night is if Paint the Night somehow interferes with them finally bringing back World of Color. But I would think that they could alternate having Paint the Night and then the World of Color and then another Paint the Night performance, or however they usually do it. Isn't there usually two Paint the Night or two World of Colors though, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you could do World of Color and then a Paint the Night and then a World of Color and then a Paint the Night or something like that.
There's no reason why they couldn't do it like that.
So
if
that's the case, that there's no reason why Paint the Night shouldn't stick around through Christmas, whether or not they get World of Color up and going for Halloween and or Christmas.
Yeah.
So for the at least for this year, you can expect Paint the Night to stick around for a little while longer.
And then coming back after Christmas to Disneyland will be Soundsational.
Is that what you're calling that now, or?
That's what I'm hearing.
Oh,
Mouse
okay.
Nation will be back
To Disneyland.
to Disneyland.
And Pixar Play will go back to DCA or go away.
I'm probably go away mad.
Bye.
Exactly. So we'll see what happens with that. That's what I'm hearing right now, but I don't have any concrete information on that. Just hearing that. So just be aware that Sound Station is probably coming back. I don't mind that parade at all. I mean, I like it, but sometimes you just want to get something new. But I don't know.
New would be nice.
I don't know if Disney is planning anything new for our daytime parade right now with everything else they're trying to do.
Well, I mean, there's the Mickey's Mouse, the Mouse Party coming up next year,
Right.
starting in January. So, to me, if I were to think that they're going to start a new
Oh, right.
thing, why would you bring back Sensational when you could just come up with a brand new parade that's themed to the Mouse Party thing? Because otherwise, what is the Mouse Party if it's not a parade?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, if it's just another cone out by the parking structure.
Okay, well, maybe, you know what? I don't know this is for a fact, but if for some reason Sound Sensational is coming back, maybe it's a filler until that Mouse Party
Right.
starts. So,
But yet they say that that's starting in January.
oh,
so
well, who knows?
who knows?
We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
We're only in September.
Right. Can we get through Halloween first? Shit. All right. So also speaking of Galaxy's Edge, we got a rumor going around that John Williams and Michael Giacchino, that guy, Michael Giacchino and John Williams will be doing exclusive music for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Now, at least one of those comes as no surprise. If they would have, it's probably more likely that Michael Giacchino is coming in to do music for Galaxy's Edge with John Williams' music and then some of his own music. That makes more sense rather than John Williams actually being physically involved in writing. He might write some sort of theme, maybe. I saw somebody mention that maybe he's writing a new theme for like the Millennium Falcon ride or something, which would be kind of cool. But I think for the most part, if you are going to have any kind of new musical arrangements around the park, and it would make sense to have that. And of course, Michael Giacchino, of course, wrote the music for the Incredicoaster, new music for the Incredicoaster, and then him and John Williams together wrote new music for Star Tours: The Adventure Continues when it reopened. So, as of right now, it's just a rumor, but it would come of no surprise if one or both of them is involved. I've been wondering whether, as far as talking about the immersiveness of Galaxy's Edge, whether it's going to be one of those things. Is there going to be Star Wars music playing as you're walking around, or because that doesn't really immersive,
Right.
Because if you were in actual Black Spire Outpost on Batuu, you wouldn't be hearing Star Wars music.
Right.
You would hear, Star Wars within, Star Wars source music, stuff like the Cantina Band,
Yeah.
or or the that weird song that's playing in Force Awakens that Lin-Manuel Miranda partly wrote, or or the Ewoks music, or
Right.
things like that. So I would think that maybe this music would probably be more for like the rides
Yeah.
or in the queues or something like that. I wouldn't think that any of this music would be like world source music. So, I mean, he could be writing new source music, but I don't think it'll be like you're walking around hearing Star Wars music play like you do, say, in like Tomorrowland
Yeah.
during Season of the Force. So we just have to keep in mind the kind of music that they're going to be playing. And, hopefully we got, getting back to the cantina, hopefully we do have a cantina band would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I know.
But there is no mention of that. It just mentions the DJ.
Yeah.
So, but what's the DJ going to be playing?
It's kind of like at Tomorrowland Terrace, there's the DJ playing, there's no band there anymore.
Right. So that's maybe this is the music they're going to create all new source music for the DJ to play. So that way you have Star Warsy sounding music playing, but it's not like Star Wars music, but it's Star Warsy like world music. So another interesting thing that we'll have to see what happens with that. All right, so we've been talking about the Disney streaming service for quite some time, and we've been talking about different shows, movies, and stuff. Of course, just recently, speaking of the Disney streaming service, we got the announcement that Yvette Nicole Brown will be starring or be another voice in the Lady and the Tramp movie. Did it say who she was going to be playing, or was it just a vague...
She's going to be playing Aunt Sarah.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, she's the one that owns the Siamese cats in the original, right?
Okay. I've seen Lady and the Tramp. I don't remember the characters, but
I think that's who owned the Siamese cats. Now, I'm guessing because of many reasons that the Siamese, there will either be not Siamese cats this time, or at least they won't be so racist.
okay. And yes, you are right. She is the one with the Siamese cats.
Okay. So that cast is ever expanding. Of course, that, like I said, we've said before that was announced that will be exclusive to the Disney streaming service, and as they'll be putting many shows and movies of with low budget that they don't want to risk putting in the theater and having it be a dud, where they could just put it on there, and whatever making money they're making back from the service itself hopefully will cover that. And of course, we also got the words of other shows. There's that. Actually, I can't even think of what the other shows were. Was that one with Anna Kendrick, that Noelle? Was that a show or a movie?
I don't know.
And then there was another one called Magic Camp with Adam Devine. And then the Sword in the Stone. Well, of course, the live-action Star Wars series. And then the Marvel live-action series. Or whatever it was going to be. But we got a word that they are going to be, if you guys remember the Disney romantic comedy High Fidelity.
Yep.
Starring John Cusack and Lisa Bonet.
Yeah.
Well, they are going to be making a TV series based on that specifically for the Disney streaming service. And that Zoe Kravitz is going to be basically taking the John Cusack role.
Oh, really?
Which, of course, for those of you that don't know, Zoe Kravitz's mother is Lisa Bonet.
That's pretty cool.
So, now this is all totally unconfirmed, but it's a lot of details to not be unconfirmed. So, we'll just have to wait and see.
He owned the record shop, right?
Yes.
I remember that.
And according to the story, the production on that begins this fall.
Cool.
And another thing that there's been some stuff going around, because I don't know if we've ever talked about Star Wars Detours. It was the last thing that was being worked on under Lucas before Disney bought Star Wars.
Yeah, you mentioned something.
And then it was never released because Disney thought that it was too silly and that it would make Star Wars look stupid. Whereas if you ask a lot of people, they've done that on their own, according to some people. Of course, there's been speculation about whether that would ever come out. That was, of course, I believe it was I believe it was produced. I don't think it was completely created by, but I know it was one of the producers were Seth Green and Matthew Steinreich of Robot Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very, very like Robot Chicken, but they wanted to, because Robot Chicken had done a lot of Star Wars spoofs.
Yeah.
So it was basically Lucas wanting to, do his own, and not instead of everybody else making fun of Star Wars, he was going to make fun of Star Wars.
Okay, I got it.
But he decided to sell Star Wars instead, so Disney put that on the shelf. Well, there's been a lot of people have been seeing a lot of things on people's IMDb's and stuff. It's been popping up new for 2019. So there's been a lot of speculation going around that Detours might also end up on the streaming service. So that might be also something that might appear on there. So definitely a lot of things developing and a lot of things that are going to fill out that streaming service at some point so they can crank it up to $20 a month.
Yeah, no, huh?
So here you go. You can have it $6.99 when we start out. You can't watch nothing, but you can watch some reruns of Disney Channel shows But then once all the new stuff goes on there, we're going to raise the price to $19.95.
Dirty.
Also, just earlier today, we got a little cryptic tweet from Brie Larson, who, of course, is going to be playing Captain Marvel in the upcoming Captain Marvel movie, that there might be something coming out tomorrow. So you guys will hear about all that. You guys will hear about that next week if that happens.
Cool.
Of course, by then you'll have already seen it. So we'll make you listen again if it's a trailer.
Exactly. All right, so we've been talking about the Roseanne spinoff show, The Connors.
Have we?
Yes, we have. And we have a date that it's going to debut, and it's going to debut on October 16th. So for you guys who are waiting to see The Connors and see how they deal with all the, basically the death of Roseanne, you can you can check that out on October 16th, of course, on ABC, which is a parent company of Disney.
Is it?
That's what they say on the news.
Well, that's how I feel when we don't get any mail.
Oh, well, we'll see if that continues after what I read.
Uh-oh.
We have some mail. I don't know what it says. I haven't read it yet. So.
Oh, okay.
All right. So,
I thought maybe there was something bad in there.
There might be.
Are they quitting us?
Who? All right. So our first email is from Wreck-It Rachel. Her subject line is Happy Labor Day.
I didn't work.
Me neither. All right. She says, Happy Labor Day, MousePIRE. Do anything fun? Sorry for the short email last week. This one will be better. So I'm not really one for politics and understanding them, but shouldn't the city of Anaheim be nicer to Disneyland? I mean, I get Disney is a big corporation, but doesn't Disneyland basically make the city of Anaheim's economy? Without them, that city would just be a regular city in Orange County. Just my thoughts. Please, nobody yell at me for them. Thanks for all of the Halloween food info. My friends and I are planning to go for a Halloween food extravaganza. Ooh, I want to go. We've always gone to the party, but we aren't going this year due to financial reasons. It's very sad because we always had themed costumes and always got compliments on them. We even got in the parade once. Let me know if you want me to elaborate on that story. Anyway, we're sad, but at least we're going during the day this year. I hope once it moves to DCA, I think it will. It'll get cheaper. Hashtag doubt it. So is there a Disney movie you know by heart? Like you know it so well that someone can throw out a line and you immediately know the next line. I can't do Beauty and the Beast like that. Keep on regularly wrecking it, Rachel. Aladdin.
I thought maybe she was going to keep on regulating. I was like, damn.
Regularly.
Mount up.
Regularly. Yeah. Oh, mount up. Regulators. Anyway, I would say Aladdin.
That's one.
Lion King.
Lion King. Robin Hood.
I don't know Robin Hood. I don't know Beauty and the Beast as well.
I probably know more Alice than I would probably think about. Alice doesn't, because Alice doesn't have a lot of dialogue.
Right. Toy Story.
Can't do that. Not that one.
You are a sad, strange little man.
I know that line, but I don't know what's after that.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else other than that. I know Aladdin. I love Aladdin. It's really cool.
Yeah, definitely Aladdin and Lion King and Robin Hood. As far as getting back to the whole Anaheim see episode of MousePIRE Podcast when the city put the stop to the Eastern Gateway project and the whole rant that I had about how all of those businesses who complained about the Eastern Gateway and caused them to get it canceled, how they owe Disneyland their entire livelihoods, that they would not have those businesses if it wasn't for Disneyland. Well, that goes for the whole rest of the city of Anaheim. That, yeah, as you say, the city of Anaheim owes its very life to Disneyland. If Walt had decided to build Disneyland in Canoga Park, then the history of Anaheim, and not only all of Orange County most likely, could have gone a very different way. I mean, Orange County still may have ended up being one of the richest counties in Southern California, but definitely as far as touristy, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Knott's may have still ended up where it ended up, and maybe that's would be the legacy of Orange County would be Knott's.
Right.
And if Disneyland had, say, been in L.A. County somewhere, then, that would be its legacy. If it had been built in Riverside, that would be its legacy. If they'd been stupid enough to build in San Bernardino County, that would be their legacy. Well, probably not, because nobody would go because it'd be too damn hot. So, I mean...
True that.
there ain't enough supply in the world for Disneyland being in San Bernardino County.
Degrees.
So, I mean, it's just Anaheim needs to understand that they owe Disney. Now, Disney is acting, and has been acting for quite some time prima donna. But I mean, give Disneyland what they want, because they will always. If you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
And as long as Disney keeps building, it brings more people to Orange County.
Yep.
White Wolf or whatever the hell that place is down the street.
Great Wolf.
The Great Wolf Lodge. That place would not exist if it wasn't for Disneyland.
True.
So, I mean, that helps out Garden Grove's economy.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's all trickle down. I mean, Knott's probably wouldn't be maybe not where they are if it wasn't for Disneyland. Who knows? So, Anaheim just needs to get some people in there that actually understand what Disneyland has brought to that city, and
you wouldn't have all the other hotels being built over there.
Exactly, or the motels, or the Holiday Inns.
Oh man, talking about up jump the boogie.
Exactly.
All right, so Wreck-It Rachel, if you do want to let us know about you guys getting into the parade, let us know. You can email us and tell us that story. That'd be pretty cool to hear. I never got in a parade over there. Oh, actually, I'm lying. I've been in 4 parades. All right, so thank you for your email there, Wreck-It Rachel. All right, next email is from Giselle the Gazelle. Her subject line is dirty.
Dirty.
Hey, friends. Happy September. Happy end of Pixar Fest. Happy Pumpkin Mickey time. Oh, my gosh. So happy we are done with Pixar. Good riddance. Don't come back. You are mean, Giselle. I mean, it wasn't that bad. What? It must be something. She must have some issues with something, and she's not letting us know, because Pixar Fest wasn't that bad. It wasn't anything like the Year of Million Dreams.
I mean, it wasn't great either.
What was so wrong about it?
I don't know. I mean, to me, it's just there wasn't anything really special about it. I mean, I guess. Most people would probably put the fireworks show towards the bottom of their fireworks show list. I mean, and the parade stuff was just stuff that probably should have been there to begin with. I mean, I don't know. It just to me, it was even more underwhelming than Season of the Force, and Season of the Force was pretty underwhelming. It just seemed to last forever. That's all.
Yeah. She says, I literally would like to extend an invitation to any and every one of you MousePIRE people and tell you to email me when you guys go. Oh, okay. I literally have no one to go with. Oh, so she does the solo trips. What the hell, guys? You're there all the time. Help a sister out. Hey, sister, I will be there Friday. You are more than welcome to come hang out with me and Jose. We'll be there on Friday, and we the only thing we have planned is getting fat. So you want to come join us for that? You're more than welcome to. Send me a message, and we can set up meeting times and everything like that. If you got, just to let you know, I probably
your people could call her people.
Yeah, I probably plan to be there probably around 12 or 1. I want to get a head start. So there you go. Like I said, message me and we'll work things out if you can go on Friday. If not, well, I don't know. All right. You guys have helped me make friends, actually. First Elizabeth, then Wreck-It Rachel, and Mr. Knight. We are friends on Instagram now. Hey, you know what's funny? You know me, Baloo1313 on Instagram. I posted a picture and everything, and then I saw that Mr. Knight was following me. I didn't know he was following me. I may have saw him follow me, but I didn't really pay attention. So I said, oh, well, I'm going to follow him back since he followed me. So Wreck-It Rachel, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. If you do, let me know, and I'll follow you back. And then she says, and, of course, Dan the Man, who is the only one of y'all that actually talks to me. Dirty Award. Yeah, you want her Dirty Award?
Go ahead.
Oh, her Dirty Award goes to Diggs, Ranthony, and MIA Tim. Whoa, we got the Dirty Award.
Now, in my defense, so that way I'm deflecting the dirty award to everybody else. In my defense, I don't talk to anybody.
Yeah, and he's not on Instagram.
I'm not technically on Instagram. I have an Instagram account, but I don't go on it.
Yeah.
People like and comment and friend me and stuff all the time, but I'm like, why?
You know what? I on my Baloo Instagram, I got a notification that this guy followed me. You know, you got a new follower or whatever. I look, and it was some guy, I'm going to guess Saudi Arabia or something like that.
Was it Aaron Richardson?
No, it wasn't that weirdo. But I was just like, what the hell? That's kind of creepy. So I just blocked him because I'm like, it was creepy. You know.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't talk to anybody, so I don't have Instagram. I talk to Dan, or well, more specifically, Dan messages me every now and then about things. But I mean, for the most part, I'm not actively talking to anybody, especially on social media. So, deflect your anger elsewhere, away from me, because you know, you're lucky I even remember your name.
Anywho,
who is this again?
Anywho, in all seriousness, fall is my favorite time in the park, and while I don't mind going by myself, it's always nice to have someone to talk to, even if it's just meeting for dinner or whatever. Let me know. Hey, if you want to meet for dinner and treat me to a corn dog, I'm all for that.
Ooh, what about vice versa? Then we can become friends.
Now that fall is here, what are you most excited about? We answered that a couple of times already.
The biggest answer is going to be the end of the heat.
Yes, cooler weather. That's what we're excited about.
But our two favorite times of the year are basically coming up: Halloween time and Christmas time.
Yes.
So, I mean, you know, basically from this moment on is just, you know, it will get nothing but better.
Yes.
Hopefully, as long as it doesn't get hotter.
What is your favorite thing to do in the park in the fall? For me, it's the nice cold sweater weather and cute fall outfits, sipping pumpkin spice lattes and walking around the park. Talk to you next week. Love, G.
You don't know how many cute winter outfits cute fall outfits I have.
You should see his outfits, really. Black shorts and black shirt.
Black hat.
For the fall.
You know what it's the same as? My winter outfit. You know what it's the same as? My spring outfit. And it's the same as my summer outfit. But
the same one.
But you know what? In fall and winter, it's much more comfortable.
So yeah, let's see. You know what? The favorite thing to do, it doesn't matter what season it is. It's just chilling in the parks.
Hang out. Just
hang out.
Be able to hang out and not have to use supply and have nice breezes. The same sweater weather.
If you guys don't know what supply is, basically we go get a supply of napkins so we can wipe off our sweat.
Yeah.
And you never know. They might not be giving you napkins anymore.
I know, right? Well, it's fine because I got to carrying around a towel in my backpack anyways.
Yeah,
so
he never forgets his towel.
I have my own supply. Yeah, I always know where my towel is.
Yes. So, yeah, but basically, we just go there, chill, and, do what we usually do. Oh, you know what I like to do, even though it's probably going to be more expensive, is to just get some hot chocolate and enjoy that with a good little dessert or like funnel cake or something. Hey, you know what, G? I just thought of something. I'm not supposed to be eating funnel cake. So I wouldn't mind sharing one with you so I can have a little taste and you can have some funnel cake. And hey, you want to do that on Friday? We can do that on Friday. So don't forget, I'll be there on Friday. Message me and we can meet up. And it doesn't matter what time you get there. If you get there before me or you get there after me, we'll just meet up and have fun. And maybe you can talk Anthony into going or something.
It'll be nice too, because when those, obviously not this fall and winter, but by next fall and winter, hopefully we'll have found some nice little hangout spots over in Galaxy's Edge, places we could just go into and just hang out. Hopefully, preferably over there on the left side where the trees are. And also, we mentioned that hopefully there'll be it won't get too crowded, and Tropical Hideaway will be nice new hangout spot. Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see.
All right, thank you for your email, Giselle the Gazelle.
Yes.
Next email is from Dan the Mailman, and his subject line is, "It's tough to be a bug." And he continued with, "When you no longer have a home." Oh, too soon? Well, Bugs Land closed as I write this email. I know we have talked about this, and there is some nostalgia there, but it's time to see what is in store next for that area. Went to the park on Friday night, finally got around to using MaxPass, and wow, what have I been missing? Figured out how to use it and am now contemplating if I should buy it on my kids' passes too. I was only there for about 2 hours and got on 4 of the biggest rides in the park. I'm going to say real quick, because I've been there with Dan and his kids, and I'm going to say, Dan, I think it is a good idea to get it on your kids' passes, because I know that they are pretty much like me. They don't want to stand in line and everything like that. So it might be a good idea to get it on their passes. That's what I think. I know how your kids are by now, so.
I mean, if you go on a lot of rides,
it almost
out. Makes it worth it anyways.
Yeah. Pixar Fest has come and gone, and now we wait for Pixar Pier to be complete with the critters. We now have a doctor to add to Star Wars. A Time Lord in Star Wars? An interesting mashup. We'll also see Rex from Star Tours as a DJ. He might have you beat, Michael. Oh. Lots of other little stuff that I am sure that you covered. A bunch of little tidbits, it seems like.
I heard that Captain Rex has been doing specialty events for longer than Michael has.
I'm sure he has.
Intergalactically, at
exactly. That. So, with the James Gunn saga continuing and Dave Bautista being very vocally unhappy with it, what are your thoughts on the franchise?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Could it continue without Drax a la Roseanne? Does that leave Gamora actually dead because the story doesn't continue? What do you think? Busy weekend, so hopefully the park's next week. Much like Bugs Land, Dan out. P.S. I have to say that I'm loving that more people are emailing in regularly, and I think Mr. Knight has a great thing with the food segment. I look forward to hearing what he tries. I love this food segment too. It's pretty cool. All right, so what do you think about that?
I don't know if you saw. Did you see what he's referring to?
I've seen things, bits and pieces, but I haven't actually read any articles.
I just wanted to let me see if I can find the actual tweet real quick, because he was very specific about his feelings once again. All right, well, I was trying to find that tweet. It looks like that Batista might have deleted it or something. Maybe he realized he had went too far. Basically, it was just him reiterating again his displeasure with the way Disney's been doing everything with the whole James Gunn issue and everything. Now, as far as the him being in things goes, Avengers 4 is filming right now, so whatever his role in Avengers 4 is going to be is already set. You know, because that's already going to be going on, and they're filming right now. So, but it's as far as any future Guardians movie, which has now, according to reports, been indefinitely put on hold until they find somebody else or decide whether they want to go ahead with those characters in their own movies. That just puts Drax's, character, in a kind of a question mark. If Dave Bautista does come out and basically tell Disney that he doesn't want to work for them anymore, it might be one of those things where they may just, make sure that he stays dead.
Right.
Or he may come back and then get killed off again or something like that. Or at some point, if they decide that they don't even want to go through with any Guardians movies anymore and they just want to incorporate the Guardians into other movies, that they just leave Drax out or whatever. But, I mean, he's definitely made his displeasure known. It's just a matter of how his fellow cast members would follow suit in solidarity or not, of whether they would still, do something for Disney. So we'll just have to wait and see.
I would think that they would probably just kill him off.
Like I said, it depends on how they want to proceed with the characters, whether any other of the other actors,
right? Yeah,
how they feel, and a lot of discussions probably going to be take place behind closed doors.
Yeah,
but I mean, whatever's happening right now with Avengers 4 and the Russos, what they're shooting right now for the next Avengers movie, that's set. There's not really much they can do about that. I mean, if they wanted to throw in, killing him off by the end of the movie, if they're for sure, he doesn't want to work for them. Disney's not going to want somebody working for them that's going to continuously badmouth them. So, I mean, it'd be easy enough to probably kill him off. As far as the other characters, they're just going to have to let it play out to what's in the script. So, we'll just have to see where the characters are at the end of the next Avengers movie. And then from there, we can just try and decipher or figure out what's going to happen. And, hopefully if there's some sort of announcements at D23 next year.
All right. Thank you for your email, Dan the Mailman. All right. So, not sure where Michael the Mail Guy's been. Oh, wait. He was at Magic Mountain again.
Oh, I thought he was in jail.
I don't know about that. And then he went to SeaWorld.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's busy theme parking and...
too busy to write, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too busy theme park hopping. And I'm sure he's behind on the podcast. So we'll just talk all the crap we want about him anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, at least we got a replacement, a reliable replacement.
All right. So the rest of you guys need to email. If you guys have any comments, questions, if you have your own tip of the weeks, you have your own dirty award to give, make sure you don't give them to us. All you have to do is email us.
MousePIRE@gmail.com.
Do you have a special occasion coming up? Looking to personalize your trip with a keepsake? Create customized buttons for birthdays, engagements, family vacations, even bridal parties, or just because. Check out buttonsbydiggs.com today. Buttons by Diggs, Buttons by Diggs. Remember, those are buttons, not pins.
All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the MousePIRE Podcast.
Bye.
Exactly. We're going to say bye just like Bugsland.
And Pixar Fest.
Because some people are glad that Pixar Fest is over with. Whatever. That's all I got to say.
I'm not glad, but I just don't care.
I wasn't talking about you, though.
I know.
So, yeah, those are done, over with, and we are looking forward to Friday, Halloween time in the parks.
Yeah, much better things to look forward to.
I agree with that. Pixar Fest, I was kind of excited to see what they're going to do with, all that, but I'm more excited with Halloween. It's time to get those popcorn buckets and steins and all those goodies that's coming out.
Yeah.
And
just as a final requiem for Pixar Fest, I just want to say that in overall it was a good idea. It just wasn't executed well.
Well, you know what? It was
just with the fact that half of Pixar Pier isn't even open.
Right.
I mean, you could have waited until Pixar Pier was open. You could have saved this for next year, but they probably already knew that they were going to do this mouse party thing next year or whatever the hell that is going to be. So I don't know. I mean, then with Star Wars opening, I just don't know if they get so far behind. I don't know if like all the rain last year put them behind. I don't know how that would have put them behind on Pixar Pier since they didn't even really start Pixar Pier until who knows when last year, or I don't know. It was a good idea. It just wasn't executed very thoroughly because it was kind of basically, I would say, if I were to give a 2-word review of Pixar Fest, it would be half-ass.
Well, it was basically, what are we going to do for the summer to attract crowds? And that's what they came up with, and they threw it together real quick.
To be honest, Disneyland doesn't need to do anything to attract crowds. Just open the door.
Well, you know them. It's always some kind of thing going on for the summer, so to get people over, you know. Anyway, you know what? Halloween time's coming on Friday. I will be there in the park. If you want to come and hang out with me, you're more than welcome to. Anyone can just come and hang out with me. Just go on Facebook and message me there, and on the MousePIRE Facebook page, you can message me there and say, hey, where you at? I want to meet you. Whatever you want to do, you know for a fact that I will be there on Friday to kick off Halloween time at the Disneyland Resort.
And you don't even have to come prepared with a funnel cake.
No.
Or a corn dog.
No.
Or even $3. But all of those things are a plus, except for the $3. Double it, and then it'll be okay.
Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, Friday, kick off Halloween time. I'm going to be trying to sample some treats as much as I can without going into a diabetic coma. Don't worry, people. I do have my insulin, and I know how much to use, and I know how to use it.
Whoa.
Is
that a threat?
I don't know. Maybe it's a promise to myself. So anyway, Friday, Halloween time in the parks. I will be there. I can't wait. And all the awesome festivities are going to be going on, and Ghost Galaxy will open, and the Haunted Mansion Holiday will open, so look forward to those.
And whether it's one of those rides or whether it's a line for a popcorn stand, be ready to stand in all the lines and enjoy your... Oh, wait. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, don't forget that also over at DCA, Monsters After Dark makes its return for Halloween over there at the Guardians Mission Breakout.
Yes, you know what? I'm excited for that because I didn't get to see it last year.
Neither did I, and I'm hoping to definitely go see it this time, hopefully.
Yeah, so I will definitely try to get over there. You know what? Maybe I'll do the Max Pass thing, and I'll leave Jose behind.
And, of course, as long as this is going on, those of you that missed it last year or didn't get enough of it last year of me saying, Monsters After Dark, and all of the little special effects that he adds to it, because, you know, the way you guys are hearing it is not how I'm saying it, but, you know, close enough.
So, yeah, got that to look forward to.
Monsters After Dark! Oh, okay, sorry, I'm done. I'm done for this week.
Lies. So, yeah, we're going to be there. I'm going to be there Friday, and come hang out, have some treats with me. And, you know what I'm looking forward to is that sour apple churro. That sounds pretty good. So, I got to make my list, and I got to check it twice.
Popcorn bucket, first thing.
Yes.
Cauldron popcorn bucket, first thing, because that's going to be probably the first thing that goes.
That's why I want to get there about noon.
That and the green poison apple mug.
Yes,
those are going to be the top things, because the Oogie Boogie to start out with will be just the same old Oogie Boogie. I mean, if you missed that one last year, then well, you should wait for the new one. Or if you really have to have the old one, then you have the opportunity to get that starting on Friday until whenever they decide to come out with the new one.
Yeah. So those first two you talked about are on my list to get. That's why I'm going to try to get there about noon. So, yeah, come see me, hang out, and enjoy some treats with me. Don't forget that the Silver Dollar 6 and the Hook and Ladder will be leaving on September 18th. Go check those acts out, and then you can say bye to them.
So, of course, as usual with all the social medias, when he is at the park on Friday, if he gets any goodies or if he meets up with any of you, maybe he will post it on the social medias, which are Facebook, MousePIRE, at MousePIRE on Twitter and Instagram, MousePIRE on the Snap thing, Snapchats, Snappies, and your nappies with peas, snappies. I don't know.
I like to take a nap.
I like snappies.
I actually took a nap before I came here. All right, you can also find me on Instagram at Baloo1313. As long as you're not from Saudi Arabia, I might let you follow me. Also, follow Buttons by Diggs on Instagram. There you'll see when your button order's going out. Don't forget to head over to dgpclothing.com, get your MousePIRE gear, or you can order a custom-made shirt for any occasion. And you can also follow that on Instagram at dgpclothing, DOTCOM. Don't forget to head over to YouTube. You can listen to the podcast there. Tim the Tech always tries his best to upload as soon as he can if he's not working overtime or just sleeping on the job. I don't know what he does. And don't forget to help support the podcast. Head over to patreon.com/mousepire and you can check out Michael the Mel Guy's $3 special. There you go.
Buttons, not pins. And until next time, remember, if the thought ever crosses your mind to argue with a legendary comics creator about details of their own career, you should probably think about something else. So for Russ Heath, Gary Frederick, and Marie Severin, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Diggs. Bye.
I believe he's tooling with you, sir.
Monsters After Dark!
This podcast is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Audio, sound bites, and other clips are property of their copyright holders. All original stuff is ours and property of MousePIRE.com.
John Williams and Michael Gaiachin, Damarigato, Mr. Roboto. My pants. Monsters After Dark!